Hello from Haifa. After a month away from home, the team in green returns to the comfy confines of Romema tonight to face off against a Galil Gilboa team that blew them out by 35 points in their last matchup. Good evening, everyone. Aaron Heller along with Simi Rieger welcoming you back to Romema. It's been a little break, and tonight we've got a good one for you. 2 9-4 teams locking horns for sole possession of third place in the standings. And this is a game with severe playoff implications, Simi. How is Haifa going to get back against a team that handed them their worst loss ever, actually?
Yeah, it was a big-time blowout, 35. It was embarrassing. What I think they have to do is they have to keep the guards from penetrating, contest all the three-point shots. They really don't have an inside game, and they don't play inside, and they need to come back on defensive transition. They have to hit the boards, get out, and get some easy looks, and they have to go to Davon Jefferson 8 out of 10 times that they come down on an offense.
Speaking of inside game, the big news out of Haifa this week is the signing of Mamadou NJ, a 7-foot center out of Senegal who solidifies Maccabi Haifa's inside game. We see the numbers there and the impressive resume from the NBA, but Simi, what kind of impact is he going to have on the team? And more importantly, what kind of impact is he going to have on young Jeremy Tyler?
Well, he hasn't played in a while. I think in 2 years. He's 35 years old. He's a graduate from Auburn University. They play, and he's going to help them. He's going to give them a lot of confidence that they didn't have before.
Well, one guy who's not going to need any help is Davon Jefferson, continuing to take the league by storm. One of the leading players in the league in all offensive categories. And Simi, what is there left to say about this guy that we haven't had said so far?
Well, he does it all. He goes to the basket. He's starting to shoot a three. He's starting to get a jump shot off the dribble. He's doing the things that he has to do. He dunks a lot, so he gets the crowd into the game. And when he's on an away game, he takes the crowd out of the game. And he's defensively, he helps very much. Plus, when they double down, it opens up for other players to get wide open shots. And here we see him knock down a three, nothing but net.
Those are some of the highlights a week ago against Rishon LeZion when Haifa had their highest offensive output of the season, 96 points. You see Davon there right now and the numbers for him on the season. And last week, 28 points, a season high for him. And the numbers there tell the whole story, Simi, the league MVP thus far. We've got ourselves a big one tonight, Simi. Early prediction.
I think Haifa's going to come down and they're going to keep home court. I think it's going to be a close but exciting game. I think we're going to win.
We'll find out the answer when we come back. Our featured presentation, Galil, Haifa, next. Avi, tonight a big game against a team that blew you out last time by 35 points. What have you done differently to prepare this evening?
I think last game is not relevant because in this game everything changed in our team, in their team. And fortunately we did a very good job. We focus on this game and what we need to do tonight and not looking to the past.
Now your team's a bit beat up tonight. Hajjaj is out. Moshe Mizrahi is still recovering. What kind of changes have you made depending on those players?
Jesse is not with us, but you know, on the floor in every second will be the best five that we can bring, and it will be a guy that wants to work, with commitment to the team, and a good basketball player. So I feel positive.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
That was Maccabi Haifa coach Avi Ashkenazi. Aaron Heller, Simi Rieger with you tonight for our big matchup, Galil and Haifa. And you see the season comparison there before you. Haifa dropped to second in the league in defense behind Maccabi Tel Aviv, but still leading in rebounds per game. And you see the rest of the numbers there. Galil with the advantage in assists. Number 2 in the league in three-point percentages. Pretty even. The only thing that's not even, Simi, is right there at the bottom of the screen, the matchup they had last time, the worst loss in the Avi Ashkenazi era in Haifa.
Yeah, and there's another problem that just came up, that Dror Hajjaj, the starting point guard for the Haifa team, will not be playing. He has a illness that hasn't been really, they really don't know what it is yet, and they're hoping
scary.
It's not something serious.
Yeah.
What they're, they hope it's just a regular virus and not, what we call the kissing disease.
Well, you know what, Simi? It's not only Hajjaj. This is a team that is really beat up. Moshe Mizrahi still nursing that injury that kept him out the last 2 games. He will play tonight, but perhaps in limited numbers. Jesse Pelot-Rosa is not here tonight because of a family emergency in the States. And, of course, the new guy, Mamadou NJ, not signed yet. So a team which is really a short bench tonight for Avi Ashkenazi.
Yeah, but, you know, like you have to pick up the pieces, the parts. Richard Roby will get more game time. Bendo will be starting and playing more minutes. Todd Golden might be getting minutes.
And on that note, Ben David, we wish him congratulations. He just had a child born this week, we're told. His second son, so congratulations, Benda. Let's take a look at the other games here that we have this week. Of course, a big upset last night. Hapoel Holon defeating Jerusalem in Jerusalem. So whoever wins tonight between Haifa and Galil will have an identical record to Jerusalem, but they'll still be in third place because of the difference. You see, because of the point differential, you see the other games. Netanya Afula, battle of the new teams in the league. Nahariya against Ramat Gan, the two bottom teams in the league. Our featured matchup, then Maccabi Tel Aviv against Rishon LeZion, and tomorrow night, Ashkelon and Bnei HaSharon. Here we have the starting lineups for this evening, and it's a new look for Maccabi Haifa because of those injuries. Richard Roby making his first start of the season. Kujikaro, Jefferson, Rich, and Ben David. The only regular starters there are Jefferson and Rich, Simi. With Kujikaro normally coming off the bench, they've changed their look tonight a little bit, and Richard Roby gets his first start of the season. Galil going with the guys they usually have, a small lineup for them. Meckel, Swan, and Pargo, the three guards, and then Brian Randall and Elishai Kadir up front. Very strong lineup for them, Simi.
It's not a tall lineup. It's a small lineup. Oded Katash, the coach, who was a great player, probably the best player ever in Israel, is the coach, and he likes the guard play, you know, the pick and rolls and shooting the threes. And, you know, the big guys on their team, Randall, who played for Illinois, he's basically a small forward, and also is, Elishai Kadir, who's probably one of the better Israeli players in the league. He's having a great year.
Very improved this year. There are your referees, Sefi Shemes, Tzachi Abdali, Erez Gurion, and we're about to get underway here. Like you mentioned, Simi, an undersized lineup, but a very talented lineup.
Just a moment. The three Sing Eye Dogs are here for the refs.
Okay.
They're here. Because they need them. Aaron, they need them. You wait and see what goes on. I hope I'm wrong.
This is the 14th round of the Israeli League. Both of these teams 9-4. Jerusalem is 10-4 now after their loss last night. So a lot at stake this evening here.
Yeah, it's a very important game for both teams. That's a lost ball, a turnover right away. Rich tried to throw it into Roby, a bad pass.
The ball now with Jeremy Pargo, brother Gennaro in the NBA. He runs things for them. And there's Brian Randall at the University of Illinois, misses his first shot. Jason Rich with the rebound.
You know, it's
rejected there by Kadir. Isaiah Swan for three.
And it's ironic that Isaiah Swan and Jason Rich are playing against each other, because they were playing against each other for Leonard Hamilton of Florida State for a couple of years.
And they were best buddies there. They said they were almost like brothers when they were teammates there for 4 years at Florida State. And as luck would have it, both of them ending up in Israel and playing here. Gal Meckel inside to Kadir. He's going to have a physical matchup with Kujikaro, that's for sure. Working underneath and fouled by Jefferson. So no score in our first minute and 18 seconds, and Kadir is going to try to go to the line and get the first points of the evening.
Here we see him go to the basket, draw the foul. That's a foolish foul by Davon. He has to show his hands and not try to block everything. Elishai, if he has a weakness, it's his foul shooting, but he's much better this year than he used to be. He's a kid that grew up in Yavne also, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Played his junior years, high school years at Maccabi Ramat Gan for Danny Franco, and he's come here. He played on the team also at Maccabi Ramat Gan.
And he is a 52% free throw shooter, so as of form, goes 1 for 2. Richard Roby with the move, goes inside, fade away, gets the roll. Richard Roby, his first start as a Haifa player, and gets the first bucket for the team tonight.
Gal Meckel came in the middle of the year to the Galil, and ever since he's been there, they've been having problems fitting in because they were, they were having a situation where they were playing the best basketball in Israel. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And they've lost 2 in a row after a blazing start. They were 9-2. They lost 2 in a row to Ashkelon and Jerusalem. Gal Meckel, the point guard who really led them to the Final Four a year ago, almost to an upset over Tel Aviv, but they had a good thing going there with Pargo and Swan, and now chemistry, the major question
It's really
over there.
affected Pargo a lot.
They called a carry on Jason Rich. I don't remember the last time they ever called a carry on anyone, Simi. There is the coach, Oded Katash, as you mentioned, Simi, one of the great players
in my opinion,
here in Israel.
The best talent ever in Israel.
Was supposed to play for the Knicks in 99.
Yep. And then they had the lockout.
Yeah. Randall throws it away. Brian Randall was a player on that great University of Illinois team that went to the Final Four along with Deron Williams, Luther Head, D. Brown, who played in Israel a year ago. Great team, and he is an excellent player here in Israel and should have a great matchup tonight with Jefferson. Not a lot of scoring early on. Turnover by DJ. And Kadir 2-on-1 with Meckel. He's going to go all the way, and he finishes it. Or he doesn't. They're going to call traveling on Elishai Kadir. You mentioned the seeing eye dog, Simi.
Yep.
Ben David starting tonight, and a nice move there with his left hand.
I like Benda all the years. I know him as a kid that grew up in Ra'anana. Really nice player. Quiet kid.
Swan for 3, drills it.
Isaiah got that great left hand.
They've got a bunch of lefties on that team with Brian Randall as well. Give you a whole different look. Kujikaro down low. Throws it away right to Swan. Haifa not connecting very well tonight, but oh, and a nice save there by Swan. The finish by Randall. Not giving up on that play. Isaiah Swan, gotta love that hustle if you're his coach. Swan and Kadir have 3 apiece. And Haifa out of sorts on offense these first 4 minutes until that look.
Nice look. Out, great pass by Jason Rich because the rotation went down on Davon Jefferson, and he threw him a great pass.
Pargo. He is full of highlight reels, that kid. Had one of the greatest performances of the season early on against Jerusalem this year with 36 points. And
played at Gonzaga for Mark Few. Had a year with Adam Morrison when they were really a great team. Always went to the NCAAs, and here we see him take advantage of the guy turning his back and nothing but net. And now there's a timeout, Haifa.
And we'll be right back. Four minutes, 20 seconds into this one. Low scoring affair so far, 10-6 for Galil. And Simi, it's time to talk about merchandising.
Yeah, well, you know, if they weren't turning the ball over so much, both teams, I'd go buy something.
It might affect their sales.
It might affect my mind.
They've got shirts, we've got sweatshirts, we've got banners, we've got pens. Check it all out. triangleinternet.tv.
Scarves.
You'll find the link if you're watching us on the internet right now. If not, if you're watching us on TV, on Jewish Life Television across the United States, be sure to log into triangleinternet.tv. Lots of interesting things there. You can link also to Fantasy Hoops, IsraelFantasyHoops.com, to pick your favorite players and see how well they do. And tonight, not a lot of points to speak of, not a lot of scoring for Haifa.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, everybody's turning the ball over. So, you know, it's kind of strange.
You see 3 field goals, 4 turnovers. That's not going to cut it. As Haifa has the ball now, comes out with the same team. Amit Ben David, the quarterback tonight. And that ball hit the line, trying to go backdoor to Richard Roby. And unsuccessful. So Pargo brings the ball up. Meckel's usually used to being the guy who brings it up, but here going with that 3-guard attack. Lots of guys can handle the ball. Ball ends up with Kadir, who throws it down hard.
That's being in the right place at the right time. It hit a player's knee and went straight to him.
Elishai Kadir averaging 14.3 points a game, 6.5 rebounds. Candidate perhaps for the most improved player of the year. He has just gotten better all his career. Gets called for the foul there on Rich, who's going to go the line.
And Randall's walking over to Meckel and saying, you can't let the guy penetrate the middle.
You see Jason Rich, the numbers on him, 13.5 points a game. Second leading scorer on the team. Got a really nice stroke, but so far the free throw numbers under 70%.
He has to be consistently in the 20-point area, consistently with good percentage. He has to do that for this team to raise its level.
And so far they haven't. The one man who's been the most consistent in their 13 games, Davon Jefferson, hit double figures in 12 out of those 13 games. And Jefferson gets the rebound there, something that Haifa has done extremely well this year, especially on the offensive boards. Jefferson is yet to score. They call the offensive on Jefferson, and a technical on Ashkenazi, and that's foul number 2 on Jefferson.
No. It was on Kujikaro.
Well, either way, they call it on Kujikaro, and they call another one on Ashkenazi, and he goes ballistic. Kujikaro giving the ref a little bit of a nudge there. Isaiah Swan, the best free throw shooter on his team, goes to the line, 80% free throw shooter. Hometown, Germantown, Maryland. Take a look over there, and it's a little bit out of your screen there. We didn't quite see the contact, but you do see Ashkenazi getting teed up, and you see his reaction. Pargo. As quick as they come in this league. Nice passes between the big men, and up goes Randall with the bucket. Galil having their way so far, 16-7 already. And we've been here before, Simi. Haifa does not want to let this team get it out of control.
Oh, man.
Look behind the ball.
Do the simple things. That's what you have to do.
Kujikaro, ball gets loose, out of bounds. Haifa out of sorts right now.
Out of sync, man. It's unbelievable.
7 turnovers so far to the 7 points, and that tells you the whole story right there.
Not just that, you have to teach your players not to move when they set picks.
Avi Ashkenazi going to go to his bench and bring in Moshe Mizrahi, who we haven't seen in quite a while. He's been beat up, and you know what, Simi? This team has been so beat up that even the announcer's injured.
And if he isn't injured, I'm going to beat him up.
Substitution, Mizrahi in for Richard Roby. We see Dion Dowell, number 10, making his first appearance for Galil in place of Isaiah Swan.
Yeah, he started his career with Barnes in Texas and then went to Houston.
Meckel hitting the
with
deck.
Fenders.
And they don't call half court. They get back there. Pargo all alone, flips it up, no good. Benda with the rebound. Haifa trying to get something going. There's Rich all the way. Tried to go down with the miraculous dunk, but the foul was called earlier on Meckel. And Jason Rich gets open in the open court. That is a sight to be seen.
He's a real good athlete. He gets up there.
He has what they call in the basketball vernacular hops, Simi. Jefferson still scoreless. Kujikaro also still scoreless.
A 1-inch layup.
And nothing working for Haifa right now. Three and a half minutes to go in the first. Ben David pulls up for three. He's best in the league in that department and shows you why. 57% three-point shooter, #1 in the league. Pargo getting open. You cannot keep up with that guy. He's just quicker than everyone.
He just leans back and has you moving backwards on your heels, and he puts it through.
Rich splits the defense.
Oh, wow.
But cannot connect. And Haifa gets a break there. 18-10 with 3 minutes to go. I don't know if Jeremy Pargo is the best player in the league, Simi, but he is definitely the most explosive penetrator to the hoop. The guy just does magic out there, and he's going to take a seat now as Swan comes in. Daganya Zuri, #8, also entering the game. Gal Meckel will take a seat. Pargo actually will stay in, and Randall will sit down, so they're going really small now.
They're rotating players on Davon. Duel's going to take him now. They go small all the time.
And they doubled up there on Benda. Kujikaro and Kadir. Battle of the tough Israelis. Pargo comes in, gets called for the reach-in. And Galil is in the penalty, so Kujikaro is going to go to the line.
Yep. And then Haifa's going to go small. They're going to put in Richard Roby for Kujikaro.
So Ashkenazi matching wits here, going small ball with Oded Katash.
I think the next game, everybody's going to bring their kids to go against each other. So they'll be like 4-8.
Haifa has got some big guys, but they don't get a lot of minutes. Strong and Tyler have been very inconsistent in their minutes this season. Strong started up the season as a starter.
Yeah, but he broke his nose and he hasn't made it back.
Strong had one game this season where he scored 18 points, but other than that, he's not gotten into double figures this entire season. So Jefferson at 6'7" is the big man now for Haifa.
And Duel is for...
This is Don Nelson basketball here, Simi. Pargo and Rich. You won't find two quicker guys. You have Zuri open for three. In and out. And the ball will be Galil's. Swan taking his time as the play develops. Nice pass inside to Kadir. And the foul will be on Richard Roby. So Kadir, the 52% free throw shooter, goes to the line. As we take a look at one of the fans watching this game here. Close to a capacity crowd here in Romema tonight. One of the bigger turnouts of the season, and this is one of the featured games of the season.
Yep.
This is a team that Haifa has yet to beat, Simi, in regular competition. It's the only team, actually, if you consider over the last 2 years, that Haifa has yet to beat in league play.
In league play, but they knocked them out of the...
Indeed, they knocked them out of the cup last year. Roby taking a tumble. Hasn't been the prettiest of games so far, as Dow there lands awkwardly. But this would be a big victory for Haifa, because they've proven that they can beat any team in this league, including Jerusalem, including Tel Aviv. But for some reason, they can't break through the Galil jinx. Roby hits the front iron.
Yeah, I guess Coach Budzelik at Colorado isn't very happy with that. Here you have Oded Katash on the bench.
And we are less than 2 minutes to go in the first. Davon Jefferson has played every minute, but he hasn't scored a point. He's only taken one shot. Swan way off the mark. Rich recovers. Roby pulls up for the open J. Gets it.
That's a good play by Jason Rich, and Richard Roby running the angle, and Jason found them for the jump shot. That's very important to get easy points.
Pargo out to Swan. They call him for the walk.
Yeah, you got to put your foot down. You got to jump stop. He didn't jump stop. I'm sure Stan Jones and Leonard aren't really happy with that out in Florida State. They have a big game coming up against North Carolina this week.
Isaiah Swan in his second season here in Galil Gilboa. His career high is 19 points against Jerusalem. Here comes Galil. The lead was down to 4, but Galil's not going to hold up on that. 19-15. We've got ourselves a minute left to go here. Pargo finds an open dowel. And the ball will be Haifa's off of Elishai Kadir. Ben Strong can enter the game for Haifa. The 7-foot center in place of Davon Jefferson.
And that's a smart move by Avi Ashkenazi, because you're 52 seconds before the end of the quarter. So actually, time-wise, Davon's going to get about a 4-minute rest.
And you see there, 9 minutes, 15 seconds. No points for Davon. We've mentioned only one game this year he hasn't hit double figures, and he scored 9 points in that game. Has been among the most consistent players in the league.
Nice shot. But again, I'm going to tell you again that Davon causes other people to be open. I mean, they double on him. They take the passing lanes so other people get to him.
Yevzuri floats one, no good. Ben Strong with the rebound. His minutes have been very spotty this season.
They're yelling for one shot with 17 seconds left.
Haifa with a chance to tie it up here. A first quarter they won't be too proud of, but they can end it tied if they can score right here. Rich pulls up. Tough shot. No good. Rebound. Roby gets the shot off.
Money.
And he gets it. So Roby at the buzzer scores. Ties up the game in 19. And Richard Roby's your leading scorer with 7 points. That'll do it for the first. We'll be right back after this. First quarter is in the bag, and we are tied at 19. It didn't look good for Haifa early on, but they came back and they managed to tie it up.
I think Haifa got off really cheap by a tie score. And it could have been, it was on the way to a blowout, and then all of a sudden the defense tightened up. But I'll tell you the truth, something, Aaron. I don't understand why he took out Randall, the coach of Galil, because Randall was the offense and the defense. He was taking Devon, took him out of the game, and he's blocking shots and intimidating and throwing passes to the players on his team. I really don't understand it. And then from then on, they went down.
And if you're Avi Ashkenazi, you got to be pretty pleased right now with a kind of lackluster first quarter, be tied and with your best player not scoring a single point. Richard Roby started the game a little slow, but he ended up the top scorer with 7 points, including that buzzer beater to tie it up at the end of the quarter. Jefferson's back out there now with Mizrahi, Kujikaro, Roby.
We have to get something out of Mizrahi. It's very important. Oh, he split that.
He is smooth. Nice pass between the big men, and Randall back in there gets the bucket. Nice pass by Dion Dow.
Good rotation of the ball. There was a split between the big man and the guard. Moshe Mizrahi, and that's important.
You called it.
Always a shooter, it's important.
Ben David logging a lot of minutes tonight.
And they go really nicely when they switch on the big man. They don't get back in time. They have to take away the pass. Haifa has to take away the pass to the opposite side, which they're not doing.
Roby stuck down low. Ball goes between the hands of Moshe. Ben David tries to save it, but he cannot.
And the coaching staff is yelling at Richard Roby, go up with the shot. If you have it, you have the man posted up on your back.
Randall, nice look down to Pargo, got rejected by Roby. Out to Zuri for three. They end up getting it, but not before a highlight reel from Roby. 5-point lead. And Roby creates the contact as Jason Rich will check in, as will Todd Golden, who hasn't seen many minutes this season. You see the replay there, but Pargo keeping under control, getting the ball out to Zuri, and it all works out well at the end.
And Benda's getting a breather.
His first of the night.
And Mizrahi's getting a breather. And me and you are getting a breather.
I know, we could use it. It looks like Jason Rich now, Simi, is going to be running the point for...
either Todd or him, yeah, you know. Neither one's really a one. Todd's a great shooter. Jason's a great shooter. You know, but you play the ACC, even if you're a second guard, you have to be able to handle the ball. And you see that with Isaiah Swan also, that played for Leonard at Leonard Hamilton at Florida State.
Richard Roby has 9. His best performance of the year was against Maccabi Tel Aviv when he scored 20 points.
Yeah.
A couple weeks back.
Yeah.
The lead is 3. Meckel's back in the game. Pargo, look how smooth that guy is, but the ball gets out of there.
Here it comes.
Rich coming all the way. He gets fouled by Dow.
Well, it's going a 2-shot foul. 2 shots, which I don't understand. I'm only 64 years old. I don't understand. He got hit outside.
And that's what Dow's saying.
And the third time, you know, even though it's in our favor, the third time is when he went up to the basket.
Look, regardless of who you're rooting for, you want to see the game called properly. You
and
want to see
I told you, those dogs, they parked the dogs outside. They should be running around the court with the refs. Sorry about the seeing eye dogs, you know, because 3 blind mice. See how they run.
And Rich scores that, so a 1-point game right now.
And Cousin comes in, number 21, a big man. That's from University of Houston.
Marcus Cousin, he's a big guy. He's a 7-footer. Hasn't gotten a lot of minutes so far this year. And Haifa will soon be joined by their 7-footer as well, Mamoudou Ndiaye. 34 years old, plays for 5 years in the NBA, including the Raptors, the Mavericks, the Hawks, the Clippers. He should be an important presence there to help out Jeremy Tyler, who's still struggling in his career.
You know what's really nice? You're seeing a Haifa team all together rebound, not just one player looking for it. You know, you're seeing Jason Rich and Richard Roby. Oh, nice. Missed it,
Left
but it was
hand,
nice.
but here comes Jefferson flying, cannot connect, and Jefferson still with a donut. Golden fouling Meckel.
And that's a good foul because they came down 3-on-2 and they got the ball on the side.
You see the fans in red, a huge minority this evening, but they're in it so far as we have ourselves a tight matchup with 7.5 to go in the half. Meckel gets stuck out to Randall from 3. Randall's got range, but not that time.
Todd Golden skies and gets the rebound.
You don't hear that very often.
And he doesn't do it very often.
Rich, Kujikaru up high. Golden, a dead-eye shooter when he gets the chance. And there is Jefferson. Down low to Rich. Nice look. And Rich with
really nice look by David. They're jamming him. I really mean Oded Katash and Lior Lubin, the assistant coach, have devised a very, very good defense to stop Davon Jefferson.
Randall hit, can't get the roll. It seems, Simi, that they have decided we are not going to let Davon Jefferson beat us.
Right.
If everybody else can do it, then good for you.
Exactly right. You know, and that's a philosophy.
Yeah, and
you want to take
with
something
it.
Yeah. Timeout television.
So let's take a quick break.
And I'm going to go get my hat.
Well, we're TV, so we got to take a break.
All right.
So Maccabi Haifa just takes their first lead of the game, 27-26. We mentioned this is a big game for both teams and for Haifa especially to break that curse they have against Galil. And so big that it is the featured game tonight in Israel as well, being broadcast nationally on Channel 10. Our colleagues and buddies, Ofer Shelach and Niv Raskin, calling the game next to us here, Simi, tonight.
Yep.
And everyone in Israel watching tonight the game as we see our highlighted players this evening, Rich and Roby, the two swingmen. They have carried the offensive load so far, with Davon Jefferson being held scoreless.
I like this guy, Randall. I think he's an excellent player.
So you have Jefferson out there now with Strong, Roby, Benda, and Golden. An interesting lineup. We haven't seen this combination, I don't think, all season. And Randall gets the roll with 9 points now. Averages 12.2 on the year. He's from Peoria, Illinois, and he was voted the Big Ten All-Defensive First Team in 2006. Did you know that, Sammy?
No, I didn't.
A little tidbit of information you learn here on
that's why I like learning from you.
Jefferson.
They've gone into
6.5 to go. He's trying to get something going. Tough shot.
That's a tough shot. That's not Davon's shot.
A little frustration, perhaps.
Well, he shouldn't be pressing. It's okay.
Yep, Zuri, nice look down low, and the dunk by Randall, and Galil showing you why they are among the league leaders in assists.
Kadu. Golden. Leben David.
That's Haifa throwing the ball away.
We got ourselves a nice game here, and both teams, sharp shooting teams, they can get going in a hurry. Rich to Jefferson. Oh, he cannot connect. Strong fix, and he almost misses it. Strong gets his first bucket, and Jefferson still scoreless.
Davon must be really, really frustrated. But, you know, I mean, it's still a...
Mecco gets fouled by Benda. It'll be foul number 1 on Benda. And you see the replay there. Finds Jefferson down low. Cannot connect, but Strong cleans it up. We're told we had a bit of a technical malfunction in our broadcast. We apologize for that and welcome those of you back who missed out on the screen. And if you haven't been with us, you've missed some snazzy shooting from both teams here, connecting from three-point range. And all of a sudden, on all cylinders, after a low-scoring beginning to this game, we are dead even right now with a minute and a bit to go. Teams were tied after 1 at 19. They've both scored 25 points so far in the second quarter. Benda, another tough shot.
Whoa.
Another great delivery. 5 for 5 from the field for Benda. He's the man of the match so far. So 3 Haifa players in double figures. Roby, Benda, Rich.
And four Haifa players with 2 fouls.
So Moskowitz making his first appearance of the night.
Kid that grew up in the Hulon organization. They never gave him a chance there. Yeah, I think the kid has a lot of talent. He just hasn't done it.
Moshe Mizrahi about to check back in for Haifa. Benda collects the rebound. So Haifa clinging to a 1-point lead. 30 seconds to go. They call a foul, and they did not have one to give.
And that's his buddy, Isaiah Swan.
Let's take a look at that again.
He slips. Yup, he grabbed the hold of him.
From behind.
Yeah. Should know better.
Benda takes a seat after a spectacular first half. Moshe Mizrahi in the game now. And we're going to see Ronnie Stark here, Simi.
My man, Ronnie Stark.
How do you like that?
5-star boy.
Ronnie has only gotten minutes so far this season in blowouts at the end of the game. This is going to be his first appearance, Simi, in a game that actually matters.
I love him. I love him.
Nice kid. We see him before each game warming up here. He gets a great workout
2 hours
before the game.
Because
he's, I always tell him, I said, why do you work so hard? He said, because I know I'm not going to play. I need to get some exercise. Timeout, Galil.
All right.
We'll be right back. .25 seconds to go. Haifa up by 3 in a very, very tight and, I have to say, entertaining game so far.
Yeah, you know, I mean, what's really interesting is that after the first 3 or 4 minutes, every time a team makes a mistake, the other team really punishes them by scoring.
We take some of the highlights there from Amit Ben-David. He has had himself a great first half, a perfect first half from the field. 12 points on perfect shooting. There's a man who's had perhaps his most frustrating half of the year. Davon Jefferson held scoreless. 0 for 5 from the field. So Haifa out there with Golden and Ronnie Stark.
Yeah, but there's a bad matchup here. I guess Davon's taking Isaiah Swan. So they're just going to hold it, and they're going to let him go.
Jeremy Pargo take Golden one-on-one.
Yeah,
Here comes the high screen. Pargo.
Nice block.
Defense. But Yevzori picks it up and delivers.
No
good.
The half is over.
That would have tied it.
Yeah.
But it didn't. So finally, we have something to break through here. 48-45 for Haifa. They end up getting the lead here. Let's take a look at the numbers there. You see by quarter the scoring.
My MVP is Ronnie Stark.
My MVP is Amit Ben-David. Take a look at that. 12 points for him.
My MVP is Ronnie Stark.
Perfect shooting. Richard Roby also 13. Jason Rich with 12. Brian Randall leading the way for Galil with 13, followed by Swan, and everybody else in single figures. Let's take a look at the shooting there, and like we mentioned, Haifa perfect from three-point range and shooting almost 60%.
And you know that means it's not going to last. So they got to start getting points inside.
You see the numbers there also. Not a lot of help from the bench. It's been all the starters so far. Haifa dominating the rebound. Galil leading in assists. We're going to send you out, Simi, right now, I'm sorry, to our halftime presentation, and we will be right back after this. And we are about to get underway here in the second half. Haifa up by 3, 48-45. You take a look there at a close-up of a tattoo, Simi. Look at that.
You look at it.
Wow. And we're underway here. Haifa up by 3. Out with their starting lineup once again. Davon Jefferson scoreless. That's the big news of the first half here. Rich for 3. In and out. In a tale of how this first half has gone, the backcourt of Haifa has out-rebounded the front court. And that tells you sort of how things stand right now. Rejected by Jefferson.
Well, that means a lot of long shots are being shot by the other team.
You see the comparison there. The points even more staggering, 40-8 if you include Roby in the backcourt. And of course the numbers there as well. 4 points for Klujikaro, 2 for Strong, 2 for Mizrahi, and none for Jefferson. Jefferson.
Davon just doesn't have, he's a little, threw the ball behind him. All right, he'll get it together.
And he felt it. He felt that was going to be his chance, and the ball just slipped out of his fingers. Get a feeling that he just needs to get that first bucket, Simi, and then things might start rolling for Javon. Kadir just cruises by Klujikaro. He's got 8 points. And throws it away.
What is this?
Kadir again. Other direction. They don't call a foul on that. And it'll be Haifa ball.
And that's Davon doing something that nobody else in the league does.
Rich all the way. Davon cleans it up and throws it down. And thank goodness for that. Davon's like, get the monkey off my back. First bucket for him tonight after 21 and a half minutes of play. Klujikaro out. And that leaves Kadir alone.
Yeah, but Kadir's not really a shooter. Oh.
And Galil ball still. Pargo wide open.
Klujikaro is just bothering people out there.
Swan hits the J. It's a three-pointer, and we're all tied up yet again. 14 points for Isaiah Swan, over his season average already. Rich gets bumped.
Vishai Kadira, that's his third foul.
First player with 3 fouls. You take a look there, nice behind the back pass from Pargo to Swan, who hits the 3, and Isaiah Swan is the team's leading scorer. Kujikaro down low, but Randall.
You know, when you said he has hops, Kujikaro doesn't have any hops.
Let's take a replay of that. No, not a lot of vertical extension. And now they're going to Davon. Spin move. Rejected by Randall.
That should be a basket.
It should be. The refs are saying it was still going up, but it looked like it had hit the backboard. Let's take a look at this again. No,
you're
Randall.
right. Take it back.
Nice rejection by Brian Randall.
And there's 7 seconds left on the 24-second clock.
And just threw it right into the hands of Zuri, but still Haifa ball and still 7 seconds.
Which is kind of impossible, but okay.
Benda has the ball. Down to Kujikaro.
1-incher.
Gets his own rebound.
Got his 1-incher missed.
Throws it away.
To the other team.
And Swan gets away from him, so we're back to sloppy ball.
Well, Ido has thrown 2 passes this half. Both passes have gone to the other team.
We've had some minutes of great shooting and high-quality basketball tonight, Simi, and then we've had some minutes of just ugliness.
Yep, that's okay. It happens.
Kujikaro, 4 points, 4 turnovers. And that's 14 turnovers overall for Haifa. Yet again, their weakness, they average 17.1 turnovers a game, tops in the league. It's a staple of Ashkenazi ball. A lot of rebounds, a lot of turnovers. I don't know the connection between them.
Nice
That's the way it
pass.
is.
Nice pass by Kujikaro. Nice pass.
And a nice defense there by Galil, not giving up the uncontested dunk.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, they fouled. But if it would have been good defense if they had gotten there earlier before Jason got the ball.
Oh, mediocre defense, then. Better than nothing. And they can't captivate that guy's attention.
Yeah, well, must be talking to his girlfriend on the phone.
That comes first, I guess. Jason Rich, 7 rebounds. Unlikely statistic on his stat sheet.
You know, everybody's rebounding today. You got to do it. Benda's rebounding. Everybody.
Meckel flips it out to Dowell. He's a gunner, but not that time.
Oh,
but
my
the ball
God.
just gets into the hands of Degani
Second.
Missouri.
And that's what wins and loses games. Getting to the ball, the loose ball's on the floor.
Meckel penetrates out to Swan. Dowell again. They're going to call a walk on him.
Timeout television.
We'll be right back. Not a lot of scoring in our first 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 5-3 for Galil.
You're being nice.
Now these are two teams that don't like a lot of close games. They've actually, all their games have pretty much been blowouts. For Maccabi Haifa, only one game this season ended with less than 5-point differential, and that was of course that heartbreaker against Jerusalem. But tonight, we're dead even. And you see the third quarter numbers for Haifa, not much to speak of. Doesn't stop the fans from taking off their shirts though, Semi.
I don't know, if I took my shirt off, I think I'd clear the room.
All right, 3,000 people here. I don't know. I don't even know if you could do that, Semi. Rich going baseline. Flips it out. Ball ends up in Roby's hands. And a rejection by Dowell. It is a block party down there for Galil tonight.
2 seconds on the 24-second clock.
6 blocks for Galil tonight to 3 for Haifa. And we've seen a couple of flamboyant ones already. Rich pulls up. Tough shot. Had to let it go. Kujikara with the rebound.
Oh my God.
And another turnover. Swan goes all the way, fouled by his old buddy Jason Rich from Florida State. Kujikara having a tough time tonight. Third foul on Jason Rich. First Maccabi Haifa player to reach that tally. Swan connects, having himself a night. Swan's got 15 points. An 80% free throw shooter. Isaiah Swan's career high in Israel is 19.
Here we
and
got
he
a
has 16
zone
already.
Here we got a zone press coming up, and they break it easy.
And that's Dror Hajjaj, the ill Dror Hajjaj, watching Ito Kujikara score in the bucket.
Nice pass by Jason Rich. By Richard Roby, I'm sorry. Richard Roby, excuse me.
Meckel. Galil ball. Haifa up by 1, and it seems like throughout the evening we have not had any team up by more than 2, 3, 4 points at any time. It is a tight one, and we hope for entertainment's sake that it continues to be that way. Meckel from his knees almost, and it rattles out. Tough rims tonight, Semi.
I don't know what to tell you. I think everybody's trying to lose the game.
Kujikara
Nice
throws it there
Oh,
and gets away from Jefferson. He is having his most difficult game this year. From the corner,
nothing.
Jefferson with the rebound. So DJ had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, but only 1 for 7 from the field. Kujikara takes a little walk down there, but he does get hacked. Brian Randall gets called. That's his 2nd foul.
I like him as a player, Aaron. I think Brian Randall's an excellent all-around player. Does everything.
Averages 12.2 points a game, 6.5 rebounds a game.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, he's not shooting all that much.
Yeah.
It's a team that guards are really shooting all the time. I'm sure his coach is very proud of him.
Rebound, Dion Dowell. Almost identical numbers from the line tonight. Swan pulls up his dribble. Meckel open for 3. Front rim, he's having a tough night too.
Where's the box out?
Meckel with the penetration, goes to his left hand, nice finish, and guess what? We're tied yet again, 54 apiece.
Every time they get an offensive rebound, Haifa gets punished.
Kujikaro flips it up, no good, gets his own rebound.
Horrible.
Goes up again and scores. He keeps at it, Ito Kujikaro. 9 points now. It looks like Todd Golden is going to come back in the game. So Golden getting a lot of minutes tonight. Nice pass there from Swan to Randa and floats it in there.
Weak side help came too late.
Isaiah Swan, the MVP for Galil so far. His team has 14 assists to Haifa's 9. And we're tied yet again. Down to Kujikaro. Getting Kujikaro points, Simi, and I know you don't like it, but guess what?
Hey.
He's got 11.
Okay.
Haifa's got 4 players in double figures. Roby, Rich, Ben David, and Kujikaro. No one else has more than 3. And here comes Roby. Goes right over.
No call, nothing?
And they're going to let
These
them
guys
play.
are wild.
And look at Benda.
No foul.
And no foul there either. Both coaches unhappy.
Unbelievable, these guys, man, I'm telling you. Sefi Shemesh and Abdali and
Dowell. And they call a foul there on Roby. And Avi Ashkenazi giving Sefi Shemesh a piece of his mind. He's got to be careful. He's got 1 tech already.
timeout.
We'll be right back after this. The Haifa Heat cheerleaders keeping the fans entertained here as we await the resumption of this game. 2:52 in the third. It is tight. Haifa's up by 2. And we have just had ourselves a segment where the refs deciding we're not calling anything. And Ito Kujikaro apparently the beneficiary of that. 7 points, 4 rebounds. He loves the physical game. In this quarter, look at that. So Ito Kujikaro coming alive here. And I don't know if that's coincidental on the fact that it's gotten pretty physical here too, Simi.
The reffing has been embarrassing.
Jefferson takes a seat, or rather stays in the game. We see that Strong is in there along with Roby, Benda, and Golden. So best buddies Golden and Ben Strong again combining forces on the court, which we haven't seen a lot this year. Mostly they combine forces playing PlayStation together in their apartment.
Yes. Bricks both of them.
Misses them both.
Wow.
This is not the same Galil Gilboa team we saw earlier this season, Simi, when they were just kicking on all cylinders. This is a team that's lost 2 games in a row now.
Yeah, but it's also part of too many players in the same position, not enough minutes. Nobody really happy.
Benda, tough shot.
Oh,
Gets
wow!
It. Double clutches
What a shot!
off the glass.
Over.
And he stays perfect from the court.
Over Elishai Kadir. Unbelievable.
14 points for him.
You know he has a new baby.
Nice finish there by Kadir. And Amit Ben David showing off for his newborn. A great performance for him tonight.
And that's the 4th foul this quarter against the Galil team.
Benda calling for the screen, pulls up for three. No foul called, he hits the deck. That's his first miss from beyond the arc. Card go all the way, and the foul is going to be called on Benda.
And that's the third foul of this quarter. 2 shots.
Second on Benda. Of course, with Dror Hajjaj not being able to play tonight, Benda logging most, if almost all, of the minutes this evening.
Goni Israeli is in the game the first time for the Galil.
And there's a guy who's been buried on the bench with the abundance of point guards they have there.
Yep.
Amit Ben David takes the seat. Mizrahi in the game. And Roby takes a seat as well. So Avi Ashkenazi giving you a bunch of different looks.
And that's 3 straight foul shots that the Galil have missed.
So for Haifa tonight, every able body has played except for Jeremy Tyler.
And some bodies that aren't able have played too.
Yeah, it's true. Rich with 10 on the shot clock. Oh, breaks his ankles, pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound Dowell. Fujikawa is going to come back in. If it's going to be physical, Ashkenazi wants his most physical player out there. Foul called on Ben Strong.
Number 5?
How is that?
I don't know, but he's not arguing.
He's taking his seat. Davon Jefferson looks as demoralized as I've seen him all season, Simi.
And that's 4 out of 5 foul shots this club has missed.
They don't want to win. And there is Kadir. 62% from the line for Galil tonight, 78% from the line for Haifa.
Nobody wants to take the ball out.
And the numbers have dipped significantly. We saw that both teams were close to 60% from the field at the half, now both under 50%. And you called it too, Simi. When Haifa was 4 out of 4 for threes, you said it wouldn't last. It hasn't. They've missed their last 4 from beyond the arc.
It's called percentages.
Fujikawa, nice move to the hoop.
Yeah, it's a great move. 2 dribbles, nobody stripped him, and he made it.
And Fujikawa's come around now. He's got 13.
Goni's going to shoot it.
Goni's going to shoot it. Dowell's got a mismatch. And there's Goni, releases from 3.
Goni's going to shoot it. What'd I tell you? Goni's going to shoot it.
He didn't say he was going to make it.
I said he was going to shoot it. 25 seconds to the end of the half.
We got a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So Galil will have another shot. Haifa up on 2. Rich pulls up for a deep 3. 5 seconds to go.
4, 3,
Yazuri,
2, 1.
coast to coast, finds Yezreeli for 3.
Nothing.
No good.
Nothing but nothing.
Nothing but nothing. So it's a 2-point lead. And Galil, we're back to low scoring. 15-14 that quarter. We're going to come back for the finale right after this.
שיהיה בהצלחה.
We're about to start the fourth quarter here, and Simi, besides the drama on the court, we're being told about a little bit of drama off the court now. I mentioned Jeremy Tyler didn't get any minutes. He's not even sitting on the bench right now.
It's tough to get minutes when you're not in the stadium.
Yeah. So,
you know, I mean, if you're in the stadium, you're not getting minutes, okay.
We don't have all the details on it yet, but apparently displeased with his minutes. Jeremy just took off.
Yeah, well, you know, he can't be happy with no minutes. But, you know, I mean, what you get in practice, what you do in practice, guys play good in practice. They play in the games.
So, like I said, every able body out there for Avi Ashkenazi, and there's not that many. Hajjaj is sick. Pilot Rosas in the States. Mamadou, the new player, is not here yet. And Jeremy Tyler's taking off.
I'm here.
Ito Kujikaro, look at him there. Last game against Galil, he scored 17 points. We had him in our studio, and you remember what Ito always says, the good games I have, we always lose. So hopefully for him tonight, he'll be able to change that because he's racking up the points and his team clinging to a 2-point lead. Randall. So on the Haifa bench, out of a roster which should be 12, they only have 9 players there, Simi, and that includes Ronnie Stark, who doesn't get many minutes, and that might explain why Todd Golden's getting so many minutes tonight as well. Avi Ashkenazi just doesn't have a lot of players.
Yeah, well, you know, but I mean, you know, between me and you and the wall, he goes 8 deep. You know, usually, he usually has one of the big guys coming off the bench. Oh, the refs are calling another shot. Unbelievable.
And Avi Ashkenazi, all he can do is laugh, but
that's how they lost the game against Jerusalem. He missed it anyway. Missed it anyway. But that's the rule. The referee was correct. Players outside the foul line cannot go inside until the ball hits the rim.
Robion Dow, 2 similar players. He should have gotten before.
That's a horrible shot.
He wanted to foul, but he didn't take off in time when he had Dow airborne.
Should have jumped into him.
Yeah. And Israeli now getting minutes. Goni Israeli was the starting point guard for this team a year ago before Gal Meckel.
And then he got hurt. And then he got hurt. And Meckel took his minutes.
And he hasn't seen it since. Roby to Rich. Rich throws it down hard.
And it's a 4-point lead.
A 2-hand hammer by Jason Rich.
Yes, and that's defense. And now they got Haifa has to put the locks on. And this is what I was talking about before about punishing a team when there's a turnover.
Pargo all the way.
Missed
Comes up short.
Missed it. Missed a 6-incher. He's upset with himself.
Pargo only 6 points tonight. He averages 16.6 on the season.
Good Israeli off the court for Gal Meckel, and I'm sure he's not happy.
Jeremy Pargo has played 25 minutes tonight. And in the last game, in 25 minutes, he scored 26 points. So a big drop off in production for him. It's a guy who averaged over 20 points earlier this season. He was one of the league leaders in scoring, but his production has dropped since the acquisition of Meckel.
Ito turns the ball over again. You're in there, you should shoot it.
Rando out to Pargo. Pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound Dowell. Out to Ganav Zuri. He pulls out for 3. Backing up, and he gets it. This game.
Again. So I'm sorry, again. An offensive rebound. You pay the price.
The offensive rebounds, and indeed, as we see, this game far from over and has one of those feelings of being an epic that will go down to the wire. These teams matching each other. Mizrahi for 3.
Money! That's so nice to see for a guy that's been hurt for a month or more.
Moshe hits a big 3. Meckel to the hoop. Out to Pargo. In the corner, you have Zuri again. In and out for him. Rebound Haifa. Another one for Jason Rich. And he goes coast to coast.
Nice.
And he finishes it.
Leonard Hamilton would be proud of him. Proud of him.
And Jason Rich tonight putting on a show. 17 points, 9 rebounds for him. And 4 assists as well. Filling out the stat sheet tonight, Jason Rich. Pargo, shot clock down to 3. Has to heave it, tough shot.
Nothing. Rebound.
Rebound Mizrahi, and Haifa running, and the foul.
And that was great defense by Jason Rich on Pargo. Great defense, not good defense.
And the timeout called as the fans here going crazy. A big run for Haifa. They've got something to cheer about, up by 6. .640 to go. Haifa up by 6, their biggest lead of the night. And they are on a roll right now.
And possession of the ball.
And let's take a look there at the front court versus back court comparison. You see that the gap has shrunk significantly, and that's the Kujikaro factor. He has come on strong in the second half.
.640 is a lifetime.
So out of Haifa's 69 points, all but 12 scored by the fearsome foursome of Rich, Ben David, Kujikawa, and Roby tonight. They have set the tone for this team. Roby, a big first half, has not scored here in the second. It's been all Kujikawa, Rich.
Oh, man.
But the steal there, and Yabzuri has it, throws it up to Randall, throws it down.
And that's the
with
thing,
a bang.
again, you get stripped, you can go up 8, you lose the ball, you get dunked on, it's 4.
19th turnover for Haifa.
That's insane.
Golden.
All of a sudden it's static here. That's a big bucket. Nice pass by Davon. Moving, nice move by Roby. He pinned his defensive man on his back. Davon sees him and he throws it in. Nice play.
And we mentioned how it seemed like Oded Katash daring anybody else but Jefferson to beat them, and he's kept with that philosophy. Davon only 2 points, but you know what? The other guys have stepped it up big tonight to give Maccabi Haifa the lead it has now. Swan pulls up for 3.
Nobody guarding him.
The rebound by Dow, but they're not going to call it. They're going to call foul before the play. A push off on Randall.
Davon. That's his 3rd.
Kujikaro in for Mizrahi. Ben David in for Rich, and Rich gets a nice hand.
Need a stop now.
Haifa with 3 Israelis out there now, along with Jefferson and Roby.
That's Davon's 4th foul.
Number 4 on Davon. And Davon has got twice as many fouls as points tonight. I didn't think I'd live to say the day. I would say that. Almost 30 minutes on the court, and I think it's fair to say his weakest performance of the year. Dowell for three. The rebound, Mizrahi. Roby goes all the way, flips it up.
Oh my God.
That's goaltending
That should
if
be
you've ever
good.
seen one.
That should be good.
How are they not calling that? It went way
That
off the
should be
backboard.
2 points.
And a ref telling Avi Ashkenazi to sit down. I guess they stopped the play before because they heard a whistle, which apparently came from the crowd.
That's insane. That should have been 2 points.
Well, it's not. And with under 5 to go.
And there's 5 seconds left.
Tough shot by Benda.
Money.
Made it!
In your face, Gal Meckel.
Ben David tonight has made a bunch of those tough shots. 16 points for him. My goodness. A season high for Ben David, whose previous season high was 12 points against Ashkelon.
No. They called a foul on Davon? No, they called a foul on
Amit
Ben David, which is his 3rd foul.
And that's Ben David, we take a look again at that shot. They're celebrating the birth of his son with his season high, Simi. 16 points for him tonight. You have Zuri for 3. Rebound Jefferson.
Got to take their time, run an offense, get a double-figure lead.
Rebound number 7 for Davon Jefferson. Roby floating away,
Yes!
shot, made it.
Off the backboard. He got pushed in the air. The ref just looked up Abdili.
And just like that, it is a 10-point lead for Haifa. It's the largest of the game.
And don't give it away.
3:50 to go. Meckel can't get the roll. Haifa ball, and just like that, Haifa has turned on the afterburners here, up by 10.
But you know, the team is, Galil is a 3-point shooting team, so you never know when the lead is good. You have to run your offenses. Can't get stupid. Got to get back on defense on your transition defense. Don't throw the ball away. Play simple basketball.
Galil only has 5 points this quarter, which if it
What does he have to do to get a foul call?
Would be the lowest such figure this season. Down to Jefferson. He's got the mismatch.
Oh my God,
but he slipped.
He slipped too. It's a slip parade.
Swan for 3. No. Deflected. Down low. Pargo has it now, and they have to regroup. Meckel for 3. Got it.
3 minutes to go, and it's a 7-point lead.
Still far from over here tonight.
And that's what I was talking about. Don't throw the ball away.
Roby pulls up.
Money. Nope.
No good. The rebound, Galil. And now Galil threatening to give a little run here. Meckel taking the game on his own hands. Swan didn't have the open look. Meckel does again. No good. By the rebound, Galil. Pargo to the hole.
Nice play by Roby.
Timeout, Haifa. 7-point lead. Ashkenazi wants to talk it over with his troops with 2.5 to go. He's having to off over there.
No, on the floor going to the basket. Instead of 12 and 7.
לדעתי, ג'ייסון רץ' one of you, אני שואל את זה, לא רוצה, אני רוצה עליו, או אחד משניהם, אחד משניהם. אני גם לא רוצה We've got 2.5 minutes to go to the end of this thriller here. Haifa up by 7, clinging to a lead. And they've done it without the strong services of Davon Jefferson, who only has 2 points tonight. Simi, in his year and a half of playing in Israel, the lowest point total he has ever had was 8 points in round number 3 a year ago against Holon. This is by far his weakest performance as a Haifa player.
And they got to pull out the game. You're up 7. You're up 7. The other Galil's ball.
Jefferson still out there. Coach showing faith in him. Kadir to the hole.
Oh my God.
Foul by Kujikaro.
Oh my God.
That's going to be foul number 4 on Ito.
That's 2 shots.
And Kadir, remember, 52% free throw shooter.
Yeah, but Kadir isn't really a shooter. You can play back on him. There's your 50%.
And Galil hasn't helped themselves tonight with 56% free throw shooting. Benda back in. Mizrahi's going to take a seat. Avi Ashkenazi wants his floor general handling the ball in these clutch few minutes. Rich breaks down the defense by Meckel. 2 1/4 to go. Benda passes down to Kujikaro.
Oh, wow.
In and out.
That was really down. That's a 6-point lead. 2 minutes to go.
Very far from being over here. Galil's got shooters galore. One of them's Dion Dowell.
Nothing.
Cannot connect.
Oh.
And Benda's going to take his time now after the ball saved by Kujikaro.
Yeah, they have to run their offenses. Run it for one of the shooters. You don't run your offense for Kujikaro.
Galil only 28% from three-point range tonight. Rich.
Oh.
No, cannot, but fights for the rebound and gets it and saves the ball. So Rich gets his 10th rebound of the night. A season high for him, and they couldn't have come more crucial than that one. Benda gets stripped by Meckel.
Call the fouls?
Swan down to Kadir, finishes it. They call the travel. I don't know about that either, Sam.
Neither do I. I thought that was a good bucket. I think they got to live right. And now there's a timeout. 1 minute and 5 seconds left. A timeout called by Oded Katash.
We'll be right back. Oded Kata scripting the plays up for his team. They're down by 6. They've got offensive firepower, but tonight, not connecting. 27% from three-pointers.
I got news for you. I wouldn't be writing up plays for my team. I'd be trying to teach them how to make the other team turn it over. You're down 6, 1 minute and 5 left. They're going to full court press. He got all guards in there except for Randall. He put in Gordon, who's a great shooter. Isaiah Swan, Pargo, Randall, Meckel.
Haifa going with Rich, Jefferson, Benda, Kujikaro, and Roby.
And you got Gordon guarding Jefferson. That's wild.
Jason Rich, the man of the match tonight for Haifa. Shot clock down to 10. Game clock down to 50. Nowhere to go for Roby,
Foul.
and they call the foul.
And there's a ball on the side now. That means that they can run another. Haifa can run another 24 seconds off the clock.
That's not what Oded Katash wanted. His team playing lockdown defense for 20 seconds and then bailing Haifa out.
Nobody's coming to the ball.
Ball down to Jefferson. And a foul called on Gordon, and now they want the fouls.
That's the fourth. So from now on, it's a shooting foul, Aaron. 44 seconds left. And that's a foul on Gordon.
And he's going to give Davon a chance to shoot.
Yeah, maybe he'll double his amount.
Davon, a 71% free throw shooter, is almost assured his lowest point total ever as a Maccabi Haifa player. But you know what? If his team can win, he won't be disappointed, even though he will be disappointed from his performance tonight. Can't even get the free throw to go.
Money. Now it's a 3-point score. It's a 7-point lead.
3-possession game.
3-possession game.
Fujikawa takes a seat. Mizrahi is in there. 7-point lead. Haifa's not going to want to foul.
Yeah, but you want to make him work. You want to make him work. You know, that's what you want him to do.
Maccabi goes to the hole. And then they do call a foul on Brian
Jefferson?
Randall.
On Jefferson. It's his 5th foul.
And that'll be it for Davon Jefferson. He's going to take a seat. And a very, very, very disappointing evening for Davon Jefferson. A career low 3 points. He did have 3 assists and 7 rebounds.
Not just that, it stopped the clock.
But the team, you've got to mention something about the team that without Davon Jefferson, the guy who's kept them in there all year, they managed to pull through and put themselves in a position to win this game.
Meanwhile, 32 seconds ago, guys are going to have to make foul shots. Huh?
We have 32 seconds to go, and Davon Jefferson will not be a part of them. Let's take a look at his evening. You see, compared to his season averages, just under 19 points a game. And tonight, only 3 points. So a difficult evening, to say the least, for Davon Jefferson. But and you see also his teammate there, Dror Hajjaj, not playing. And despite all of that, Haifa in a position to win, up by 7 with 32 seconds to go. Brian Randall to the line.
And it's and you know, you want to know something? If the Galil lose, and it looks like they're going to, they can account it to foul shooting.
55%.
Unbelievable.
And now Ashkenazi wants to talk it over again. Another timeout. We'll be right back. 32 seconds to go in this one, and there hasn't been a lot of scoring in the fourth quarter. 14 points for Haifa, 10 for Galil, and Simi, Galil only has 25 points in the whole second half. They had 26 in the second quarter.
You know, I think that has to do with a lot of really good defense by the Haifa team. And, you know, it also affected the Haifa scoring also, because they're also not scoring a whole bunch of points.
Coming off a week when they scored 95 points, their season high. Back to Haifa ball, keeping a low defensive, rebound-oriented game. This is more of Haifa's bread and butter, and we're seeing it tonight in action.
They go to Jason Rich.
They don't foul him.
They foul.
And they get a nice lick in there for Moshe
Mizrahi. But Moshe's a great shooter. And it leaves 28 seconds left on the clock.
Moshe Mizrahi this season has only been to the line 8 times. He's hit 6 out of those free throws. Oded Katash and his assistant Lior Lubin perhaps headed to their 3rd loss in a row.
Moshe knocks it down. Hit the backboard 6 times. Money. I told you. I told you.
So Mizrahi out, Golden in. 8-point lead. That's a 3-possession game, and Galil running out of possessions. Pargo for 3. No good. Randall with the rebound.
And we keep talking about getting a rebound.
Pargo with another 3.
Getting
Again,
a rebound.
Another rebound.
Another rebound, but the clock is going down.
And they're still not connecting. Meckel goes
and the
to
clock went down to 10 seconds.
And that's not enough. Too little, too late for Galil Gilboa, as Haifa seems to be on its way to a victory, and a big victory. Its first victory in regulation play against Galil Gilboa, the only team they had yet to beat in this last 2-year reign of Avi Ashkenazi.
Yep.
And they do it tonight. And Avi Ashkenazi, Simi, you know it better than I do. The book against him was he beats the low teams, he can't beat the big games, and this was a big game for Haifa.
Yes, it is. And there's my MVP to the game. He's my MVP. Benda is my MVP of this game, especially since he has a brand new baby.
And we congratulate him again on that with a great evening for him. 17 points, a season high for him by far. Meckel finishes it, they foul him. I don't know why, but it's not going to make any difference.
Fouling him for?
I know you're a purist, Simi, but it's not going to make a difference tonight. Haifa's going to win this game with 3 players tied with 17 points. Amit Ben-David, Richard Roby, and Jason Rich. The 3 of those guys picking up the slack tonight for an inefficient Davon Jefferson. Now Ashkenazi takes a timeout. I don't know why.
He's taking a timeout so he can get the ball at half court. That's why.
Well, they're up by 4 and 4 seconds to go. So that'll be our last break for the evening. We'll be right back.
Kane.
So Haifa taking the ball out at half court, 4.1 seconds to go. Jason Rich is going to get fouled.
Yep.
With 3 seconds to go, and has a chance to add to his impressive statistics this evening. 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists as well, leading the team, Simi, in every one of those departments. So statistically, at least, my MVP for this game, Jason Rich. Avi Ashkenazi telling his troops, do not foul. And Avi Ashkenazi celebrating already. A big victory for his team. Pargo's going to try and heave one here at the buzzer. He gets that one, so Jeff for the statistics, it'll count. Add a few points for him, but our final score tonight, 80 for Haifa, 78 for Galil Gilboa. A big victory for Avi Ashkenazi and his Haifa team, getting the monkey off their back against a team that really has given them fits in the last year.
The most amazing thing is they did it without Davon Jefferson scoring. Amazing. I'm telling you, if anybody would have told you that Haifa scores 80 points, 77, that Davon only gets 3, I would have told you they're going to lock you up.
And a big momentum booster for this team as well. Let's take a look at the numbers so far. You see there Rich and Randall leading the scoring respectively. Ben David, season high for him, 17. Roby, 17. Kujikaro, 13 strong points. And Moshe Mizrahi, 7 off the bench in his return.
And Jason Rich did a great job on Jeremy Pargo. He did a great job on
it. You see Jeremy Pargo there has 9 points. That includes that last second heave there.
Yeah. In other words, he had 6 points during the game. Great win for
Brian Randall and Isaiah Swan. They're the ones who really posted the scoring tonight for Galil Gilboa. Meckel getting a lot of those garbage points there at the end. And Kadir had a nice showdown with Ido Kujikaro. Let's take a look at the overall statistics that we have for the teams, and you see the numbers that'll jump out at you there very clearly. The three-point shooting for Galil, which they struggled with. Of course, the turnovers that Haifa has trouble with all season long. And you take a look there at the rebounds as well. We're going to be joined momentarily by the man of this match, Jason Rich. And he does sit down with us here courtside right now. Jason, thanks for joining us. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Led your team in all those categories. And tonight, you paced your team in a game where Davon Jefferson was not there for you. What did you have to do to step up your game tonight?
Well, first of all, I want to say to my grandma, she's not feeling well right now. She's in the hospital. I want to tell you, Grandma, I love you, and I hope you get better. And as far as the game goes, you know, this was a big game for us. Last time we played them, you know, they beat us pretty good. They got our attention, you know, so all week long we've been preparing for this game, and, you know, maybe it wasn't as pretty as we wanted it to be, but, hey, look, we got the win, and that's what counts the most. So.
Let me ask you something. Everybody's talking about 17 points, 10, 11 rebounds. What about the job you did on Pargo?
Well, you know, he's a good player, man.
I didn't say he wasn't a good player. I said
he's a good player.
But you did a job on him.
Well, you know.
Except for the three-point shot at the end of the game, which meant nothing, he had 6.
Well, hey, you know.
I can get 6 off of you.
He's a big part of the team.
I can get 6 off of you.
He's a big part of the team, so, you know. I just, you know, followed our coach's scout report. They had it real well, man. They had a good game plan for them, as well as him, you know, because he's a big part of the offense.
And I saw you and your buddy Isaiah Swan going at each other a couple of times. And I'm calling up Leonard Hamilton and Stan Jones tonight.
Hey, go ahead. Make sure this time you tell him Jason's team won, not Isaiah's team.
Well, Jason, you guys did get even with him, and like you said, you had a score to settle with him. 35 points, they blew you out last time. You were thinking about that probably all this time since then.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, anytime you get whooped pretty good, you remember it. But at the same time, you know, that wasn't our primary focus, you know, because we knew from that game we've gotten better, and they've definitely, you know, have gotten better. So we did it this time.
This gives you guys a good shot at landing up in second place.
Absolutely, but it's still a long season, and as you can see, you know, anything can happen in this league. We long get the big win yesterday, so we got to come ready to play. So.
If you guys score 80 points and Davon gets 3, anything can happen in this league.
Hey, true.
Well, speaking of Davon, it seemed like their coach had a strategy tonight saying, you know what, Davon Jefferson's been perhaps the league MVP so far. We're not letting him beat us tonight. Somebody else got to step up. And you guys did. You proved that you can do it even when Davon's non-existent.
Yeah, you know, and Davon banged himself up a little bit, wasn't feeling too well, you know, but, I mean, they did. Every time he caught it, they came and double-teamed him and Ito, and, you know, they showed patience, you know, and kicked it out, and we got it. We threw it inside to him because we wanted to keep getting them, you know, involved because we knew good things were going to come out of that.
Did you think anything special that your starting point guard was sick and he wasn't going to play?
Yeah, I thought maybe I get to play a little point now. No, but, you know, we practiced all week without him. So, you know, coming into the game, we knew we were short-handed, but I had a feeling that guys was prepared for that and ready to step up.
How about Benda? Benda's had a huge game tonight for you guys.
Absolutely, man.
Plus
Benda's a solid player, man.
Plus he's a daddy again.
Hey, like I told Bender, man, hey, this is a good week for him. He said nothing can go bad, you know. So he played well tonight, and everybody stepped up when we needed them to. Got defensive stops when we needed to, and rebounds. And so, you know, it's a big win for us.
I want to tell you, from me and Aaron, we're really proud of you guys playing the way you guys did. And it was a win of will a lot also, which was really, really important.
Absolutely. I could think of some loose balls that were important. I could think of, you know, some big possessions where we really needed to get a stop, or we really needed a basket, or we wasn't scoring, but we were still stopping them.
That's right.
You know, so, hey, man, we got the job done tonight. So.
Well, you definitely did, and you mentioned Toulon there, your next opponent. They beat Jerusalem last night in an upset. Puts you guys tonight after the victory. You're in 3rd place. Jerusalem's in 2nd place. And next week against Toulon. Any thoughts about that team?
Well, we're going to prepare for them, you know, this week. You know, they're a team that I think is better than the last time we played them. They got some new players. They got a big win, but yet still, you know, we got to take it. I know this is very cliche, but, you know, we can't worry about what place we're in now. We still got a long season, and, you know, we got to keep winning those games that give us advantages like tonight.
Well, you can enjoy your victory tonight, and we thank you for joining us in our studio. Jason Rich, our player of the game tonight. That'll do it for our broadcast this evening. We'll be with you again next week in Holon.
Saturday night.
Saturday night, indeed. We hope you join us then as well. Until then, good evening from Haifa. We'll see you next week.